Hey there, friends. Thanks for joining me today. A while back, I started creating a guide kind of for myself just to answer questions, to know where to put my hands on knowledge, to be able to help people. And I wanted it to have a lot of information that I wish I had had when I first started eating a plant diet. Kind of a cheat sheet for myself, like if I could have given this to myself 13 years ago, that would have probably gotten me to a better place a lot sooner. Now, I've been doing this with ChatGPT, and it just kind of kept going, and I kept asking a few more questions, and it kind of kept growing and coming together. And I think I'm going to actually put that out in a little ebook here. I'm going to try to do this next month, November, but hopefully at the latest December. But anyhow, like I say, I've been using ChatGPT with this to do a lot of the research, and it just started, like I say, it just started getting so good, and I kept asking new questions. One thing about ChatGPT and a lot of AI that people don't understand is it is being kind of trained on you as well. Like a lot of people think you just put stuff in there and it regurgitates like Google on steroids. But actually, I've been using this for like a year and a half, and I've asked enough food questions, created enough recipes to where it has kind of gotten to know how I eat, what I think, how the type of things that are important to me. And just one last little thing before I get started on the fat is it's actually, if you're gonna, I'm always telling you, you don't need a coach for this, but if you're gonna get a coach, you could use Chat GPT. I was watching this young woman on TikTok this morning that does her bodybuilding training. Like she had a whole thing on there. But anyhow, with the fat, so many people think they have these views about fat. Either they have, I'm sorry, I got some notes here I'm going to be referring to. With fat, they're either like scared to death of it. I get this a lot of times on here where people, I'll mention or I'll show my food or something, and somebody will make some comment or something, and nothing wrong with the comment. It's a nice, polite comment, but they're always like, if I show some fat, they're like, ooh, I'm gonna see what I can do to substitute from this because I'm trying to lose weight. And I'm like, well, you just don't really understand. You don't need to avoid fat to lose weight. And in fact, we do not want to avoid fat. Fat is something healthy that we need. God, this chapter got kind of long. Fat performs, okay, here's just a few of the things that we need. It's part of every cell membrane, giving structure and flexibility, necessary for producing hormones and absorbing fat-soluble vitamins, such as A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. It cushions organs, protects nerves, and provides slow-burning energy. And of course, as I've talked about before, when I've talked about omega-3s here, certain fats, particularly omega-3s, play a key role in reducing inflammation and supporting brain and heart health. The fat is key for our brain health. So it's ridiculous when people just try to eliminate fat all the way. But also, on the other hand, there's a lot of people too, and I factored this in. I asked some questions related there. I said, well, let's go in and try to word this to where they understand, like, just because it's healthy, quote unquote, fat, doesn't mean you can eat unlimited. I don't know how many times I've said to a person, usually somebody that doesn't follow this lifestyle, about anything limiting fats. Well, they're like, but that's the good fat. We still can't just eat fat like crazy. We want to use healthy fats in moderation, because even healthy fats are calorie dense. A small handful of nuts or a couple of tablespoons of seeds goes a long way. Overdoing them can slow down your digestion, and it can lead to weight gain. For example, some of the ways you can use it: use a tablespoon of ground flaxseed or chia to your morning oatmeal. A few slices of avocado in your salad. Small handful of nuts as a topping, not a snack bowl. Those nuts are important. Luckily, my roommate, well, not luckily for him, he bakes atrocious things that have bad stuff in them, but he's a baker, so he has one of these little food scales. So I actually measure out just so I know the amount of nuts, because if you sit down with a bag, you can easily eat 2 or 3 servings and have like way more fat than you need in any one day, probably more fat than you need in 2 or 3 days. Another thing too, here's something about the oils. Everybody's always like gung-ho, no oil, and I'm pretty much no oil, meaning I don't eat oil for the fat. There's a few things that I like olive oil in. I'm going to continue to use olive oil in them. They either make the texture better, or maybe I just like the taste, like some lentils I made this morning. I don't use a lot of it when I do it, and like I say, that is more just for specific items for texture and taste, because extracted oils are stripped of everything that makes the original food healthy. 1 tablespoon of oil contains about 120 calories with no fiber, no water, and few micronutrients. It's essentially liquid calories. Now, if you compare that to a handful of nuts or a few slices of avocado, they come with fiber, they come with minerals, they come with water, and that fiber is going to benefit your gut microbiome. It's just going to benefit your whole body. Then comes the case for saturated fat. Saturated fat is the devil. I'm telling you, I look at a lot of labels in grocery stores just out of curiosity. Things that are not plant-based, but also look at things that are plant-based too. And a lot of things that are plant-based, these packaged foods, have a lot of saturated fat in there. And that's mostly because of coconut oil and palm oil. Coconut oil, you can kind of spin it. I've heard vegans, plant-based people try to say, but oh, the saturated fat's a little bit different. And if you're actually eating pieces of coconut meat, it is a little bit different than the oil. It is a little bit different because you are taking in fiber, but still, it is full of saturated fat. It will raise the cholesterol levels. Saturated fats found primarily in animal products, but also in tropical products, tropical oils like coconut and palm, tend to raise LDL, bad cholesterol, and promote inflammation when eaten in excess. While small amounts of naturally occurring saturated fats in foods like nuts or cocoa aren't a problem, large amounts from oils or processed products can undermine heart health. And the best thing to approach these, replace these saturated fats with are unsaturated fats, or even better, or polyunsaturated fats. The omega-3 I've talked about a number of times, but omega-3 is very key. It's very important. That healthy brain, I think a good level of omega-3s in our bodies can help stave off any sort of dementia that's not genetic related. There's a lot of stuff in that dementia and Alzheimer's family that I don't understand a lot, but there's 2 types of essential fatty acids that get special attention, and that's omega-3s and omega-6s. You need both are necessary, but the ratio between them determines how the body handles inflammations, meaning we need a better ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s. We tend to overdo those omega-6s. Whole food plant sources provide a healthier balance. Some of the key omega-3 rich options include flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, walnuts. These give you, like eating these and eating these in moderate amounts will give you plenty of the ALA. I do worry about, and I do supplement from time to time, and I may get back on a supplement and stay, because our conversion of this ALA to EPA and DHA is not that strong. So a lot of times, and the best way you can do, I just don't have money to go out there and be doing, blood test here, blood test there. You can get your omega-3s checked. I highly advise that, even though I haven't done it. Cholesterol, heart health. Unlike animal fats, plant fats contain no cholesterol. In fact, populations eating primarily plant-based diets consistently have lower total and LDL cholesterol levels. There's even like civilizations around the world. There's a couple in Africa. They eat meat, they eat animal products, but they tend to go with leaner amounts. They tend to balance those with a very heavy plant-based diet. So they still don't have those high bad cholesterol levels, but we're not doing that in this part of the world. Just the key takeaway are healthy fats are essential, but even good things can become too much. Basically, I'm like Goldilocks on when it comes to fats. Not too little, not too much. I like to get just that right amount of balance. For me personally, I use, what are the things that I eat the most? I keep walnuts around here. I've got pumpkin seeds here. I've got chia seeds, flax seeds. I like avocado. I like tahini in my salad dressings. I like some natural peanut butter. But a lot of the times, like I say, the key is I'm measuring amounts. I know exactly how much I'm taking in. I'm not just randomly pouring stuff. When I use, just for an example there, serving size of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons. I generally only use a tablespoon when I'm doing something with it, whether I'm mixing it in a smoothie or whatever I'm doing it with it. So anyhow, just be, just to let you know, don't be afraid of fats, but also don't be scarfing them down. That doesn't serve anybody. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Be sure and hit that subscribe button. Come back for some more videos, and I'll see you here all throughout the week. Peace.